how to make nice chord progressions. Okay, this can be a course on itself. It's not easy to make chord progressions, but I will just give you some general tips and beginner tips, I would say, to help out with with this question. So let's go to FL Studio again. And the main idea for doing chord progressions is to use scales, or one of the easiest ways to have good chord progressions so that you don't spend too much time on making chord progressions is by using scales. And let's go ahead and select the scale. Let's go view, and let me see which one we have. We have A major. So let's go ahead with A major. So now we have the scale, and you can see that we have A with a little bit darker color than the white notes. So this is kind of a gray color. And then we have here notes, or we have lines that are also a little bit gray than the other ones. And this is gray, this is dark gray, or darker gray. So the notes that are gray, they represent the scale, like this. So this is the scale of A major. And it's very, very easy to recognize what notes we have in using this scale highlighting. So if you don't see that, you can go here, views, and you can go note grid highlight. So if I remove this, you see that everything disappeared. And now I only rely on my knowledge of the scales. And it's kind of a little bit harder if you don't know too much about music theory. It's make it a little bit harder. So we want to make our lives easier. So let's go and enable the note grid highlights. And now we have again the highlighting here. So let's go ahead and start by creating a major key. And chord progressions is all about chords. That's why it's called a chord progression. And you should go and I strongly recommend that you read some books on this because this can really help you out in your music career, I would say, or your production skills. But the thing here is that we have this stamp mode, and as you can see here, we have melodic chords, and then we have melodic scales, and then we also have percussions and special. So what I would say is you can see that we have a bunch of chords here. So let's start with the simple ones. Let's go with major and minor. So let's go with a major chord and let's put here A major. You can see that it fits in the chord, or in the highlighting here. You see that all the notes fit inside of this highlighting. So let's extend this a little bit and let's do a simple chord every beat or every bar. Sounds good. Let's now add another chord, or let's move this up. And for instance, we can go up or we can go down. And if I go down, you see that if I go down one, this one belongs to the scale, but this one does not. And this also does not. So it means that probably I need a different chord. So let's go here. And instead of major, let's go with minor. And let's put in G sharp. And we can see now that the minor for this one fits, but for that one, it doesn't. So let's go and try a different one. Maybe this one. This one fits F sharp minor. And this one has F, A, and C sharp. And this one fits the highlighting that we have. So let's listen to this one. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. This sounds cool. And with these two chords alone, we can create a chord progression. So let's now move, let's see, if we want to go up and down, I would probably go down again. And I can copy this note and try to see another note here. So this one does not fit. As you can see, the G does not belong to the scale. So let's try a different one. This one does not fit. This one fits. So let's listen to this one. But then we have a big jump here. Let's see if this will sound good. It kind of does sound good. So I will keep it this one and let's copy this again. And let's go another one down. And this one also fits, which is B minor. And let's listen to this and see if this sounds good. I kind of like that, but let's try something different here for the end. So let's keep this note here to the side. Let's make a selection for this one. And instead of using a minor, let's use a major key. So let's see, this one does not fit the scale. This one also. This one fits. And probably this could be a good one. So we go down, go up, and then we go down and up. Let's see if this one sounds good. I personally think this one sounds a little bit more pleasant than the minor one. So I'm going to delete the minor one. And then it's all about, I would say, if you are a beginner and you are starting out, a way to make nice chord progressions will be something like this. Experimentation is always key. You should always try to experiment and always try to get a better feeling for if they sound good or not. If it sounds good, if it doesn't belong to the scale, I don't care as long as it sounds good. Sometimes I even start putting notes randomly just to get a different chord progression, and I try and move chords around until I get something that I like. But this is a very fast and easy way to get something really quickly. And as you can see, this sounds really cool. And we could, for instance, start with a piano and then move to a different instrument. We can go, for instance, to let's see, let's go GMS. Let's see if we have something cool here. Let's go maybe leads and synths. This could work, and it sounds really cool. And of course, you can still move things around. Let's add some more voices. Let's detune this. Let's see another example. Let's try different ones. I don't like this one. This could also work, even though it's a little bit bright. But could be for a more jazzy sound. I would probably add different chords for that one. Kind of like this one. As you can see, this is a very cool way to start making chord progressions, and I will recommend you to start with the piano. So you start with the piano, you go and select a chord that you want to do your chord progression with, and then you just start going here with the stamp, and you can play around with major 7s, minor 9s, minor 7s. So let's do that again. So we know that this one is a minor, so let's put this one here. So you see, it gives us already a different vibe. Let's try here a major 7 also. Yeah, but this one does not fit there. So I would probably go and ungroup this and move this one here. Maybe not. Let's try move it down. You see, now I'm getting into experimentation. So I don't like that too much. I would probably just keep this one out, or even I can try something like here. Kind of like that. Maybe with a little bit less volume. So, as you can see, it's all about experimenting and playing around with chords and also with the notes here. So you can, one good thing to start getting a little bit of sense of chords is to go through the stamps and just move things around. And you will see that, for instance, a major chord, let's select this one, and a minor chord, if I put them side by side, you see that the fifth is always there, but the second note is different in terms of a semitone. So if you count, you see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. And we can do this, and the second note is the fifth, or the fifth counting, and this one here, the third note, is the seventh note in terms of semitones. And the minor chord, in this one, is the only one changing, is one semitone less. So this is a good way for you to start getting a feeling also of the different chord progressions or different chords that we have available. And again, it's I strongly recommend you to start playing around with chords, and then after you have your chord, you can start playing around with timing. So let's do something like this. Let's make another one here, for instance, and we can even change one of the notes. Let's do a metronome. Okay, you get the idea. It's just a matter of playing around with this and getting a nice vibe out of the chord progression that you have.